All right, we got some major news here for you guys. You guys got to know about this, okay? It's cold and flu season. I am sick right now. I didn't do a video yesterday because of how sick we are. You know, our 5-year-old goes to school. They get sick all the time. It's cold and flu season. If you've been watching, there's this China pneumonia thing going on that's spreading all over the globe. You may have even been sick here recently. You can literally hear it in my voice, okay? There is this study that just happened that has literally confirmed that these pharmaceutical companies have been scamming us for a long time. There's a massive ingredient in almost every cold and flu product that you have been taking that doesn't work. It's literally unbelievable. My wife just told me about this. We looked it up. We confirmed it. I'm going to show you it right now. And it tells you what product you need to take and what product doesn't work. Take a look at this. I'll tell you the reason why this is because this ingredient came out like 60 years ago. Okay, that was back in the 1960s. Think about what life was like back in the 1960s, okay? The FDA panel says this common over-the-counter decongestant doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. The ingredient called, and these names are ridiculous, right? I think it's pronounced phenylphrine. Phenylphrine is found in a number of over-the-counter cold and allergy medications. Almost every single one that you can get over the counter, okay? And when you look at this, for an example, you can see this here. Phenylphrine, okay, something like that. Almost every single one, if not every single one. I want to say almost because, you know, there's probably going to be some that don't have it. Phenylphrine, whatever that is, right? This ingredient has been found to not work. It does like nothing, right? So the other ingredients are what does something, right? This antihistamine, this ibuprofen, or acetaminophen, or whatever you're taking. Of course, these pharmaceutical companies are charging you more money for cold and flu medicine, okay? Because if you just go and buy generic acetaminophen or ibuprofen, you can get a 200-count generic version of Advil or Tylenol, and it's decently priced. It's pretty cheap. You get the generic version, it's the same. And of course, if you get the cold and flu stuff, it's more expensive. So they're charging you more for it, aka it's basically a scam. Well, these new details have come out. A key ingredient in many over-the-counter cold and allergy medications called phenylphrine doesn't work to get rid of nasal congestion. A Food and Drug Administration advisory panel concluded the unanimous vote, which specifically declared oral formulations of phenylphrine is ineffective, is expected to disrupt the market for over-the-counter cold and allergy remedies, where consumers largely prefer pills over nasal sprays. Phenylphrine, found in drugs including Sudafed PE, Vicks, NyQuil, Sinex, nighttime sinus relief, Benadryl, Allergy Plus, congestion, is the most popular oral decongestant in the United States, generating almost $1.8 billion in sales last year alone, according to data. The drug is thought to relieve congestion by reducing the swelling of blood vessels in the nasal passages. The panel's vote reflects damning evidence provided by the FDA that found that when phenylphrine is taken orally, a very small of the drug actually reaches the nose to relieve congestion. Susan Blaylock, a retired professor at the UNC Elshman School of Pharmacy in North Carolina and an advisory committee member, said the evidence is, quote, pretty compelling that the medicine is not effective. I don't think additional data are even needed to support that conclusion. The FDA will now need to decide whether to revoke the drug's OTC designation as generally recognized and safe and effective. The designation, typically used for older drugs, allows drug makers to include an ingredients and OTC products without the need to file an FDA application. Without the designation, products containing the ingredient may need to be removed from store shelves, or manufacturers may have to develop new formulations. A spokesperson for the FDA declined to say whether the agency will make a final decision. The FDA usually sides with its advisory committees. Quote, this drug and this oral dose should have been removed from the market a long time ago, said Jennifer Schwartzat, a patient representative from New York. The patient community requires and deserves medication that treats their symptoms safely and effectively, and I don't believe this medication does. We do have an effective alternative in pseudoephedrine, said professor of emergency medicine at Georgetown University School of Medicine, referring to the ingredient found in Sudafed. That bar to the product really isn't as high as was described. Patients who want to buy Sudafed must request it from a pharmacist. What they're talking about is this. You can see the ingredient there, pseudoephedrine. To get this, you have to request it from a pharmacist and show an ID of 18 or older, because, of course, there's always people that ruin it for the good people, and some people use this to make illegal stuff that they shouldn't, because apparently this product actually works and it's behind the counter. So this apparently is the product that you need, and the other product does not actually do anything besides the fact that it's the ibuprofen in there, or the antihistamine that's in there, or the other stuff. So if you want to use something like this, just take the ibuprofen or the Tylenol or something like that, because that other ingredient doesn't actually do anything. Okay, this stuff, the sinus congestion part of it is apparently what you need. And this new study has just come out here in recent days. And if you don't know this, I mean, we already had this in our cabinet. Yeah. Now that it's winter time and it's cold and flu season, you probably need to know this stuff. And they're probably and honestly, you can't really blame, I don't know, who's to blame? You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. But this ingredient apparently goes back decades and decades and decades. And honestly, when you go in the store and you're just browsing down the aisle, people go and they just grab one of these. It doesn't matter really what brand it is, right? People just go and they just grab one. Well, that's probably going to change because, it doesn't work, right? So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Hopefully this was useful. Please like and share this video so people can actually get this information and it helps. Because, well, we actually need to know about this stuff, right? Also, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below. I'll keep you up to date with useful stuff that you need to know about here on a daily basis. Click here to see Russia announcing a new plot to try to take back Alaska. Or click here to watch my newest video next. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.